What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today is the KOP transfer chat. This basically is the new show where I discuss all the latest transfer rumors and news overall surrounding Liverpool Football Club. And I hope you guys will enjoy this series. Comment down below any other thing you can come up with. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. I want to start off the first KOP transfer chat by talking about news surrounding Xherdan Shaqiri. So he's been long linked to that move away from Liverpool since last summer. Really, the link started uprising, and it finally seems as if he's gonna leave Liverpool. And to be honest, he has done good stuff for the club. You know, we can't forget when he stepped up in the Champions League semi-final, getting that beautiful assist. He played a part, and he scored a few good goals for Liverpool. So I'll never look back at Xherdan Shaqiri and in disgust. But I'll never look back at him with fond memories, to be honest. He hasn't really done much. He's too prone to picking up a knock and a muscle strains, and overall he hasn't been great. I don't think he's at the level of Liverpool, and reports have come out earlier today that according to Onefootball, Xherdan Shaqiri, well, Lyon have agreed a 9.5 million pound deal for Xherdan Shaqiri, and he has already flown to France, which makes it seem as if he is on his way to Lyon. So this is very good news to me because I really want us to get rid of that overseas squad place and fill it up with a more valuable player who brings more to the side. Because let's really be honest, when you see Xherdan Shaqiri coming on, it doesn't really fill you with excitement at all. So getting rid of one of the fringe players is probably one of the steps for Liverpool getting a better player. Because it seems as if this is a sell to buy summer. Not in the way that they need the money from sales to buy, but they really need to fill up a space in the squad. I mean, get rid of a space in the squad to fill it, if you get what I mean. So, good news for me. I don't. It's just good to know that he won't be on the wage books anymore. Let's move on to the next one. Don't want to spend too much time on one rumor. The next thing I want to talk about is a very interesting report that came out recently, stating that Manchester United actually hijacked a Liverpool move for Saul. He obviously is a player who's been linked with Liverpool for basically the entire summer, so no surprise to hear links with him again. But the interesting part is that, well, we all know he's been linked with United and Chelsea as well. But the interesting part is that Liverpool made a 40 million euro bid for him, and Manchester United actually went in for him as well and made a bid as well, and that basically ruined the move for Liverpool. Now, I'm not sure what to take from this, but I just find it really interesting that Manchester United hijacked the move, because I thought that Liverpool weren't gonna go for him because of his wages. But to hear that they did actually submit a bid, and you know Manchester United had to end the move, very interesting. It shows, if this is true, it shows a bit of ambition from Liverpool to go for a high caliber player, even though he wants the money. But I don't know what to take from this. Well, obviously this is according to blog of the Empire of the Cup, by the way. You see, I don't plagiarize, guys. That's another reason to stick around for my content. Enough about me. Interesting story. I'm gonna move on to the next one, which actually gets me upset, to be honest. The next story I said makes me upset, and you guys are probably gonna get upset as well, because this story, also according to the blog of the Empire of the Cup, stated that Liverpool were interested in re-signing Philippe Coutinho. I'm just gonna end it right here, guys. No, That's the end of the video. YNWA. Okay, it's not the end of the video, but still, I'm tired of seeing the Coutinho links, guys, and it can't just be me, because why on earth would Liverpool re-sign Philippe Coutinho? Just give me one good reason. I can list so many reasons why we shouldn't re-sign him, but it's as if the links just keep coming. I'm gonna start listing, guys. He left the club on a terrible note, but not even just that. That's like one of the lesser important reasons. He's a 29-year-old. He's very injury prone. He's just coming off a long-term injury as well to add to it. He doesn't fit into our system anymore. He's lazy, so he doesn't press and track back enough for Klopp's system, I should say. And there are so many more reasons why Liverpool shouldn't re-sign Philippe Coutinho. So to see that links keep coming out, I just throw every one of them in the rubbish bin, to be honest. But I still have to share. I still thought I'd share it with you guys, because I wanted to hear your opinion as well. But my opinion is that this has gone into the rubbish bin. Alright? I really don't believe this. And if it's true, then I would be so mad at the ambition. I would be so upset. Like, this just shows a lack of ambition if it's true. Because why on earth would you go and re-sign Philippe Coutinho when he's not even good? That's a seventh reason why we shouldn't re-sign him. He hasn't even been playing well for Barcelona. So it would just be borderline dumb for Liverpool to re-sign him. And it would be an absolute disgrace, in my opinion. Disgrace. But before I get too mad, I'm just gonna move on to the next link. So the next story again, according to the blog of the Empire of the Cup, is that Liverpool have been offered Robert Lewandowski. No, Robert Lewandowski is the best centre forward in the world, but he's 33, and he would demand monster wages. And I'm not gonna have a go at Lewandowski because, as I said, he's the best center forward in the world, and he's 33, and he knows he only has a few years left getting this huge income in his life, and he has, say, 40 something or 50 something left to live after that. So why? So you can't blame a player like him for wanting money, but Liverpool aren't gonna pay those wages. And how much would Bayern want for him? I mean, how much? He scores as many goals as he does, and it's not just about how good the player is, it's what the player is worth to the club and what the buying club are getting. So it's really one that doesn't make sense to me. If he was a younger player or of a lower caliber, then I would at least understand it, because it would make a lot more sense. So stuff like, if I saw links to Jeremy Doku, which have been going around the entire summer, that's one that makes sense to me, because they've been tracking him for years, really. They showed him around when he was 16. He rejected the move, but he's since still been acknowledging his love for Liverpool and how much he'd love to come. So that's one that makes sense. Links to Pedro Neto, they make sense because he's a good player, he's a good young player who wouldn't cost too much or demand too high wages. So it's really, the Lewandowski one just doesn't make any sense to me. But let's move on to the final link of the day. Final story for today, guys, is one revolving Lucas Ocampos. So earlier this year, around the time of February to March or April, whenever it was, there were a lot of links linking Liverpool to Lucas Ocampos, and at one time there was even rumors that we would sell Shaqiri to Sevilla to get Lucas Ocampos from Sevilla, similarly to what Spurs did with Brian Gill and Eric Lamela. But things really went quiet for him with surrounding him. But a report came out today, and according to Onefootball, he could be able to leave for 25 million pounds. That would be a steal based on what I've heard from him. I haven't really watched him. I've never watched him. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to lie to you guys. I've never watched Lucas Ocampos play football, but there are a lot of good reviews from him, and he seems like a good prospect. And I would be rather excited if tomorrow morning I woke up and saw him signing the paper wearing a Liverpool shirt, you know. But I don't know what to make of it because the links have been going on for a while, but then they really were shut down, and now they're coming back up again. So I really don't know what to think. But it's a very interesting one, and I want to hear you guys' opinion in the comments on this one. Seriously, like I swear. Yeah. Yes, guys, so that is gonna be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like and don't be afraid to subscribe. Also, feel free to comment down below your thoughts on the rumors and the news that I went over today. And always, as always, have a good one. YNWA.